Joined by Hofstra head coach Shannon Smith, following our team's 11-9 victory over Columbia. Coach, can you just talk about today's game?
Huge win for our team. I thought that it was a great team win on both sides of the ball, offensively, defensively. We had a lot of players that stepped up for us today. I'm just really proud of the team. They're really resilient. They worked hard for today's win, and we're excited to look forward towards our conference play.
Most this year you've struggled in the ground ball area, and you beat them 19-12 today. Can you talk about that as compared to the draw control area, which you usually are strong in, and today they held the advantage?
Today, we struggled on the draw controls, but I thought our kids played with a lot of passion and heart. It was one thing that we talked about before the game, that we wanted to play with a lot of passion. We wanted to have a desire to win that ground ball, and I thought our team played with that today, so I'm really proud of them in that area, and it's something that we're going to need to continue to play strong in for the rest of the season.
A bunch of players on the team stepped up, especially in the ground ball area with multiple ground balls. Can you talk about the efforts of players that haven't seen a lot of action this year, but really stepping up today?
Elena Shore played great for us today. I thought she had a really strong game in the defensive midi spot. Maddie Fields, I thought, had a huge game for us, stepping into for us. Huge save, had a couple of interceptions. Was really proud of her play. I was proud of the defense as a whole. I thought that they played a really solid game for us, which was nice. And then offensively, I thought Lindsay Scott really stepped up for us along with Drew Shapiro in the second half. And, I challenged Drew Shapiro. I was on her at halftime, and she really rose to occasion and played really well for us in the second half.
You talked about Drew and Lindsay. Can you talk about Amanda Seecamp's goal there? And that was a missile.
Amanda Seecamp has a really, really great shot. It's really hard. We got to figure out a way to get our hands open more for her to finish those shots. And I think she's starting to gain more confidence. She had a great practice, and I was happy for her to score that goal today. And we're going to look for her to continue. And we're going to look to continue to get her open as the season goes on.
There was the period where Columbia had the 5 unanswered goals, and you guys kind of responded from there. What did you think the team changed that was missing in the 5 unanswered goals that Columbia had?
We were losing the draw controls. And then they got a free draw because we fouled after one of the goals. And we just had a little bit of a lull there. We were undisciplined a little bit on the defensive side. So something that we tightened up, and I thought that for Columbia coming back after we were up shows their mental toughness. But I think our kids were resilient throughout it all, especially in the second half when we were up by 2. They came back to score, and then we kind of put the game away a little bit with Drew and Lindsay Scott's goals.
First career win for Maddie Fields in net. Talk about her efforts today.
She played unreal. She had a couple of huge saves for us in the first half, and then had that nice interception on when they were man up for us in the middle. I mean, a gutsy play for a freshman, but it was the right call at the time for her, and just really proud of her. And we're going to need to have her to continue to play well.
This 2-week stretch now turns into a positive, huge time for your program, as no games now heading into CA play. Can you talk about this stretch here?
It was huge, and we're going to need to have another huge week of this stretch and full week going into our conference. Time to get focus on Hofstra and get Hofstra better as we move forward.
Coach, you got William and Mary coming up to open up CAA play. What do you think you have to do? What adjustments do you think you have to make going into that game?
We're going to have to regroup. We're facing a lot of injuries this year. We faced a lot of injuries, so we're going to have to regroup, see where we're at on the depth chart, and then make a plan from there. I think, and we got to focus on Hofstra in the beginning part of the week. We have to get better defensively. We have to really focus on draw controls. I think that's an area that we're struggling in right now. And then offensively, we got to become more efficient on offense. But we're going to focus on Hofstra, and then we're going to start worrying about William and Mary.
Thank you, Coach.